Hi, good evening. Welcome back to Sunday evening Tech Automotive. Why not? Yeah, we'll just give it a couple of minutes, let everyone join in. That's just got a notification. Takes a couple of seconds to join in, but nonetheless, it's going to be a good one tonight, guys. So share your mum, your nan, your cat, your auntie, your fish, whatever. It's going to be a good one. Loads of information in here, boys and girls, that is going to hopefully save you some of this money that the fuel's costing. So, here we go, sports fans. Right. This is going to affect absolutely everyone. Not only in the UK, it's going to affect everyone in the world. I want to talk about the UK because that's where we are. I've just paid £1.51 a litre, and I know that's not even a drop in the ocean on what some of you guys out there are paying per litre of fuel. It's shit, I know, totally on your side, So, my plan tonight is to arm you with some tips, tricks, hints, insiders, whatever you want to call them, which can help you save as much fuel as humanly possible, ultimately bringing that cost of the litre down, not physically, but it's going to help you not only save that fuel, it's going to help you drive a little bit better and maintain your car a little bit better as well. So it's coming at it from all different angles, it's scary, boys and girls out there. It is scary. So this is what tonight is going to be about. So share the live, share. I can see the comments already. People are putting up prices and they are sickening. And normally I'm quite a jokey person, but they are taking the piss. I'll put it bluntly. So we'll pop a few of them up on the screen. My little one's here today as well, so big love to Lexi, who's in the audience as well. Mr. Barrington's checked all the live feeds, so currently across all three platforms, you can see and hear me all at the same time. And I'm not doing some of this and not talking normally. It's all good fun. So we've got Mr. B himself, 167 in Cardiff. Jared, who's up in the north, Newcastle Way, 178.9. What are we doing, guys? 179 in Northampton. Jimmy Miller's come in. He's definitely going to let me know a price in a minute of whereabouts he is in the world. And not a bad way of looking at it. Mr. B is going to leave his car on empty and let his wife fill it up. It's one way of looking at it. So what we're going to do. The question. Hello, Pablo. Looks like you're a new viewer, which is fantastic. Welcome. This is Tech Automotive. Let's have a look. 1970 Beetles, rough idle, weird ignition, doesn't accelerate when giving gas. Voltage regulator was smoking yesterday. Could it be that? Could be. If you're running EFI, which is electronic fuel injection / point condensers, something like that, it could well be that it's not receiving the voltage it needs to make that happen. So if your spark plugs are effectively not sparking, that could be what it is. It's going to need some diagnostics buddy running on that to, generally probe, point and whatever to get to the bottom of that. I'm a bit limited on what I can actually give you over the internet without physically looking at the vehicle myself. My advice, buddy, would be get some good diagnostics done on it. Don't take it to a random Fred in a shed garage. Take it to someone that knows what they're doing with that age of Beetle. Otherwise, you can spend forever chasing a fault, throw loads of parts at it, and it still not work right. So you definitely need someone with the knowledge there to look at that car for you. Good thing to have a full tank for the Skoda for free every week. Yeah, okay, show off. £1.50, never look, just film a taxi. Well, you've got to, mate. Unfortunately, that is what it is. You've got to chuck it up. Unfortunately, boys and girls out there, you can't do no about it. Absolute sod all. You need fuel. Fuel makes the world go around, literally. So, unfortunately, guys, some people do crazy things when it comes to a couple of pennies on a litre. We'll get into that. So, this evening, I know it pains me to have to do this, but I believe after the 16 years or so experience I've got in the trade that I am as a mechanic, I'm well qualified to sort of help people as best as I can in this situation, based on some of the things I see on a daily basis when I'm working on people's cars or MOT testing them. So if you're not from this country, an MOT test is a yearly test, which means your vehicle is safe at the time of test and passes all the minimum requirements for UK. That's what an MOT is. So the things I've seen recently is, and this is going to hit the fuel tank hard, loads of stuff in the car, loads of stuff in the car. There's people travelling with like fish tanks they bought months ago in the boot and boxes of wine and stuff like that they're not actually intending on using at any point in the near future. This is not a wardrobe on wheels. It's not an extension to your house as such. For every bit you put in there in your car, boot, rear seats, whatever, every bit of weight you put in your car, that's costing you money. That's creating more work for the engine. It's got to move more weight. It's making more force on the tyres down on the road, which is creating more rolling resistance. Again, engine's got to work harder to make them tyres turn. That's it. Weight was a big one, huge one. Take anything out your car that you don't necessarily need. So if you've got last week's shopping in there, get it out. Three sets of shoes, coats and stuff like that, get them out. Remove everything that you don't necessarily need for that journey. I know it takes a bit of forward planning and bits and bobs like that. It's going to save you a massive amount. I can only compare this to, when you go to an airport and say you fly with, I don't know, Jet2, top of my head. You get 22 kilos of baggage allowance. That's a fair old amount, isn't it? Fair old amount. Now, this is confirmed by a pilot as well. I do like to talk to people. The reason they have the 22 or whatever the limit is, the reason they have that there is they know how much fuel to put in the plane. Simple as. They work it all out. They know how much fuel to put in the plane. The reason they charge you so much for excess baggage is that's the fuel that they're having to add extra to the plane to get you to your destination. You're effectively paying for the fuel to get you to that destination. Sucks, doesn't it? It sucks. It really, really does. But that is what it is. And that is the best way I can compare that, and the best way I can explain the fact that weight is a massive, massive impact on everything. Tyre wear, fuel consumption, general overall wear on the vehicle for weight. You're squashing springs all the time. You're squashing chockers all the time. It's creating more work for the roll bar, the bushes, everything like that, the ball joints, everything is taking a beating if you're loading your car up daily. Sorry guys, but I've tested cars this week and they've had everything in them, from ladders to bricks, concrete slabs, pellets for your fish, absolutely everything. And although it makes my job really, really difficult, because you bring your car to me for an MOT test and the seats are down and there's so much stuff on top of them, I can't check your seats. I can't check your seat belts. You want to know you're safe. I want to know you're safe. I can't test your car properly. So should you have an accident and them rear seat belts don't work, it's on your head, guys. It's whoever presents the car. I can only advise it. I can't fail it. Shit, innit? It sucks. It absolutely sucks. So that's point one. Weight. Weight is huge. Another one that I've seen two or three times this week, tyre pressures. Tyre pressures. I know it's like a basic thing. Tyre pressures. Now, if they're a couple of PSI or bar off, or points of a bar off, fair enough. You get that between services. You do it at a weekend. However you do it. I'm seeing some of these tyres literally on their arse. They've never seen a pressure gauge from one service to the next, if they're even serviced. That's terrifying. That's terrifying. So tyres are a big thing. If you're going to leave no air in your tyres, you're going to wear your tyres out for starters. You're going to create more friction, more heat, destroy the tyres. So it's going to cost you more fuel, because the rolling friction's horrendous. It's going to destroy your tyres, so it's going to cost you more in tyres, and going to make the overall drivability of the car really, really bad. So every car, I'm going to say modern car because it might have come off in the wash or whatever, has a sticker. It's either on the driver's pillar. As you open the door, have a look where the catch is. It's there, or it's in the fuel cap. It normally has 3 different options for you. I know the Skodas do. I know the Volkswagens do. 3 different options. You will have normal daily option with barely any weight in the car. You'll have a tyre pressure for that. You'll have a tyre pressure setting for Eco, which is usually a touch higher. That's just an Eco version. And then you'll have fully loaded, and you'll have a tyre pressure setting for that. Don't drive your car on the fully loaded tyre pressure setting with nothing in it, because that's going to have an adverse effect, and it's going to wear your tyres out. As weird as that sounds, it's going to wear your tyres out. I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, tyre pressures is huge. I'll just answer a couple of these comments, and then we'll get back to why tyre pressures is huge. So, Paul is going to tell the missus to walk. Good luck explaining that. That's you not getting tea tonight, mate. Another, a very similar comment. Cosmin, remove the wife from the passenger seat, saves the headaches and the fuel. To be fair, mate, that might cure some of the rattle noises that you may or may not hear, or the screaming, or the rattling, clunking, whatever. But again, just like I said to Paul, you can explain that one. Jimmy Miller, better take the rear discs out of the boot with the Merc. They weigh a ton. Yeah, absolutely. Excess weight, it's not needed. If you don't need them that day, whip them out of the boot. If you're going to use them later on, I mean, it's negligible in it. If you're going to use them that day, fair enough, cool. But the onus is on you guys out there driving your cars, and your families, friends, everyone like that, just to give them a nudge and say, look, all that shit in your boot, do you need it there? Because if you're going to complain about fuel, but drive around in a mobile hotel, no real need to complain, is there? Let's focus on what we can control, rather than the massive shafting we're getting from the British government and the fuel companies at the minute. We can't control that. Unfortunately, they've got us by the short and curlies, and that's it. We cannot change the price of fuel at a pump, and it doesn't look like they're going to either. So let's think about what we can change, and this is what tonight is all about. So again, like I say, share this live to your friends and family, get everyone involved, because this is huge pointers, tips, hints, not even secrets. This is just coming from a techie, what I see every day, to try and help you guys just reduce that fuel cost that little bit. Now, I'm not going to give you figures, or like tyre pressure is going to save you X amount of fuel, percentages and all that, because it's negligible. It could be different for one person to the next. You could drive on loads of hills, you could drive on loads of flats. It's so many variables, it's unreal. But the real life cost saving measures that we can do, that's going to bring that price down in another way. Okay. So Mr. Sam. So Sam is a good friend of mine and a general, I want to say piss taker, because he is. So he's going to take his brush and dustpan out of the boot. Mate, that's going to save you so much money on fuel. So much money on fuel. Mr. B, going back to baggage and luggage on the fuel. Excess fuel adds weight to your car. Fill the journey you're doing. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. And I know sometimes that's pretty difficult, particularly at the minute, because every man and the dog is queuing up for fuel. Does this not remind you of a couple of months ago, guys? Someone said something at some point, and everyone went to the fuel station. History is repeating itself, guys and girls. And nobody learned. Nobody learned. Fuel is a supply and demand. Lots of demand equals your prices going up. They've got you. They've got you by the bollocks. Don't need to rush out and get loads of fuel. You don't need to rush out and fill your tank. If you do 3 miles a week, you do not need a full tank of diesel or petrol. You don't need it. You don't need it. Coming back to the weight again, full tank of fuel, more weight. Yeah? So what Mr. B said, put the fuel in for the journey that you're doing. Okay, so if you're doing less than 10 miles a week, you don't need a full tank of fuel. That is going to cost you so much more, just having that excess weight. So let's plan accordingly. You're going to save money, less weight, more fuel saving. Think about it, guys. We do not need to run to a fuel station. There's not a shortage. It's so unfortunate and terrible what's going on and the Russia and Ukraine conflict. It sucks. I can't even put it into words. I'm not going to get into it tonight. It does genuinely piss me off and everyone else in the world. But they know that they can say that COVID's going to affect fuel. Whether it does or not, we'll never know. Now they've got something else, the Russia-Ukraine conflict. They know we can't prove that that's affecting the fuel. But they've got us by the bollocks again. Frustrating, guys and girls. It is frustrating. Yes, Mike, I do. Do you know what? Working at a dealership, working with these cars, that is exactly my train of thought. So I'm glad that someone else is on this page. I think they are going to price normal combustion engines out of the market, because they could go about it the nice way and they could say, oh, we'll give you this off a new electric car, we'll give you this, you'll get a rebate on this, you do that, you don't pay tax on this, that and the other. They'll get you somehow. Don't know what it is yet, but they'll get you somehow. So the people that are point blank said from the beginning, I'm not getting an electric car, yeah, this is what they're doing. Fuel prices, boom, have some of that. The only thing that looks fantastic at the minute, guys and girls, is electric cars. Have you noticed that your energy suppliers are all offering super cheap electric car charging? You can't run a kettle because it costs you shitloads, but you can charge your car super cheap. That's not a coincidence. That is not a coincidence. Call me a conspiracy theorist, call me whatever you like. That is not a coincidence. How should we tell? All right. So, back to tyres. I've caught up on my comments now. Back to tyres. Tyre pressure's got to be bang on. That's why the manufacturer sticks them somewhere on the car for you to put them to bang on. And they do that for a reason. They're tested. The cars are tested with a certain make and manufacturer tyre on, certain model, certain tyre pressures in certain conditions. Now, they used to be tested in a lab. Cars did, and you never really got real world figures. So your MPG was a bit inflated and bits and bobs weren't really true. And then everyone was sort of thinking, I've just bought this car, it says it does 60 miles to the gallon combined. I'm getting nowhere near that. That was the problem. So they introduced something called WLTP, which is real life testing. So these cars are being tested on the road, in proper conditions, proper roads, proper weather. And they're finding the figures are a little bit different. Now, this is going to help us out, guys and girls, because now you're getting true figures. So the car you bought at 60 miles to the gallon combined is now only doing 45. That's real world. That's why they had to do it. It was getting a bit silly. So, yeah, WLTP, have a Google on it. It's real life testing on new models, new vehicles. So anyway, that is tyres. If you put excess air in your tyres, the way your tyres are, if you've got it bang on, your tyre, the most amount of tyre will be on the road. So it'll be like that, really, flat. If you were to put too much air in your tyre, the centre of the tyre, because obviously you've got the sidewalls, they keep the tyre in shape, if you like, and then you've got the bit in the middle. Now, if you were to put too much air in, your tyre would go from being flat, full contact on the road to that. So it'll lift the shoulders off the road and bulge out in the middle. Now, the only thing that's going to do is wear the centre of your tyre down, thus costing you more in tyres. So, yeah, you'll have less rolling resistance, which in an ideal world is fantastic. It's going to save you fuel. But it's going to cost you more in tyres. Tyres aren't expensive, aren't cheap, sorry. They're not cheap. Similar to that, if you underinflate your tyres, the shoulders will be on the floor. So it'll have the opposite effect. And you'll wear the shoulders out of your tyre. So that again will destroy, that'll ruin your fuel economy and ruin your tyres. So it's a nice balance. It's why they stick a sticker in the car to say, stick them at this, you'll get the best result out of your car as tested by WLTP if your car's new enough. If it's an older one, it would have tested in the lab. So something to think of. Just a little bit on the tail end of tyres. Wheel alignment. Might not mean much to any of you guys out there, but here we go. If you're driving down the road, steering wheel's nice and straight, like that. I've got a stick in my hand. Steering wheel's nice and straight. Then you think, excellent, fantastic. If you're driving down the road and your steering wheel's a little off, like that, could be a potential wheel alignment issue. Now, the only thing that's happening there is one or more of your tyres at the front or the back aren't facing the right direction totally. Now, what happens is you get a toe on a vehicle. I know the camera's at a weird angle, so it's going to be right difficult. So your toe, so it'll be dead on, dead straight, which is ideal, obviously, to manufacturer's spec. And if your wheel alignment's out, you could have one wheel like that and one wheel straight, or you could have one wheel out and one wheel like that. That's going to affect fuel. That's going to affect your steering. That's going to make the tyre drag as well as go forward. So it will go forward. You'll get the desired effect. Your steering will be awful. You'll be forever wanting to fight your steering wheel, and it will rip your tyres to pieces, thus costing you more fuel, more in tyres, all for a wheel alignment. Now, a lot of people do free wheel alignment checks. They're going to charge you if it needs adjusting. Just that check's going to help you massively. Now, I know some big chains do free wheel alignment checks, and they've got the posh gear as well. They've got Hunter and Byers Bath wheel alignment. They are the top daddies in this game. Get your wheel alignment check, guys. It's going to save fuel. It's going to save tyres. Ultimately, save your money. That is the aim of the game this evening, to save you money. So that's tyres. Tyres is a big one. It's huge. So many variables. Unreal. So Mr. Elliott is here, or Els, as long as your wife's listening, to annoy you a little bit. Ah, dear. Yes, Mr. B. Loving my car since getting it back from the body shop. I don't know why. New lease of life. It's weird. It feels like it drives better. I only said to my missus the other day, it feels like it drives better. That is definitely in my head because nothing's changed. All I've done is put a tyre on it. Nothing's changed. So, yeah, I am. I'm loving life, mate. I'm loving it. I gave it the biggest love, wash, polish, wax, coat when I got it back. I spent a good few hours on it. Paul, who's in the room as well, will know all about it, as he's very good with his experience and knowledge and products. So what you can see over my left shoulder, that one, is my little package I got from him. When did I get it? Friday? Thursday? Friday. Either way, back end of last week. And look at these goodies. There, I've got snow foam, I've got sealants, I've got fallout removers. I've even got a right cool air freshener. So I'll put it on camera. Go and check Paul's website out. That one there, valetinSupplies.online. Check him out. Awesome products. Fantastic guy. And if you do need any help with anything on his website, shoot him a message. He'll be more than happy to help. Experience is everything in this game. If we can tell you how to use something, or you can give him a scenario and he can tell you there's a better product out there for it, he's going to. So it's going to save you money. You're going to get the right product and you're going to get the best results, which is what they are. They're a bit of a trial, to be fair. They are a bit of a trial because I just went nuts on his website and just went, yep. I'll have a bit of that because I'm a pain in the ass. And anyone that knows me knows I'm fairly impulsive. But what a selection of products. And there is a little one there as well that's just hidden behind me. Look at that. How cool is that? So it's a tiny little bottle. And it's basically a sealant. It says here, Flex is a polymer sealant constructed from reactive polymers. And that is a tiny bottle, but it does 20 cars. 20 cars. Look at that. 20 cars. The Octavia's definitely going to get it. The wife's Fabia's going to get it. See what I'm doing? I was going to say the wife's going to get it, but that's a different day and story. So, yeah, and it's like Mr. B said, Paulie's ace and happy 12. 100%. 100%. If there's any business I'm ever going to support massively, he's going to be the business that gives that personal touch, helps you not only with the product, but helps you understand why you want to use this product or why there's a better product out there. Then I'm all for that. That is me. That is why I do what I do. That's why I sit here in front of you guys. That's why I support companies like that, because it's all about the customer service. Customer service to me is absolutely A1. It's fantastic. I love it. If a company's got a fantastic product with shit customer service, I'm not interested. I'm not interested at all. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of companies, when I speak to them, think I'm after freebies. Everything you see on my channel, I've paid for. Out of my own pocket. The channel doesn't pay me. None of my social medias pay me. It's all out of my wages from my day job. Pays for what I show you guys out there. So I do that for the love of what I do and to show and help all you guys out there things that you wouldn't normally get to see. There's nothing worse than buying a product and getting hold of it and thinking, yeah, this is going to be brilliant. Use it once and it's shocking. There's nothing worse. Nothing worse. So if I can have a chat to someone about a product they're selling, they might not be totally honest. But 9 times out of 10, if someone's saying, I've got this product, it does this, this, and this, it's not the best at this, that for me is 100% done, sold. If you can teach me, and I'm well open to being taught, anything about something that I don't know, detailing is a massive one. I love doing it as a hobby. So much to learn. So much to learn. Paul's been there to teach me quite a bit already. I teach Mr. B. I teach him what I know as well. So this knowledge is getting passed on massively, and for me, it's huge. So hopefully what we do on here, me, Tech Automotive, Els Auto Care, who's a mobile mechanic in South Wales, he does what he does as well. But he's also very prominent on social media. So he doesn't get paid to make his videos. He doesn't get paid to answer questions, or that's his business. That is his business. So if you text him at 2 o'clock in the morning, you might get a response. Not quite sure how positive the response will be, but I'm pretty sure he'll do everything he can to help you, regardless of whether it's going to earn him money or not. See, that's what we do, guys. We are here to help. We are here to help. See, and as he says here, he gets paid in joy. He probably does. But there's a great saying out there, speculate to accumulate. You've got to give a bit to get a bit back, which is what most of us on socials do. I don't get paid to do this. I don't get paid to sit here, help you guys out over a weekend. I love it. I enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoy talking to you guys about car stuff, about cleaning them, fixing them. You even get to see me super speed changing wheels behind. That's what we do. We love it. So hopefully what you see here on a Sunday, guys, is helpful, informative, and hopefully what I provide off the camera as well. So I do provide a lot of support for people who just ask me a random question. They will get the best help that I can offer them. And if I can't, I'll put them in touch with someone that can. Simple. And I'm sure everyone out there who owns a company, runs a business, does things like this will be on the same page with that. So hopefully. I just wanted to do the fuel thing this evening, just to give a couple of instant tips, just to help as best I can. Because it's shit, guys. It is. And I know it's not cheap, and it's not getting any cheaper, and gas and electric's going up. Everything's going up. So if I can do my little bit to help you save a couple of quid here and there, I'm going to do that all day long. Whatever I can do, it's there. Advice on changing parts, advice on doing this, that, and the other. Obviously, I'll draw a line on things I think could get a bit dangerous if you're not sure what you're doing. But likewise, I do attend other people's lives as well. So I'm on Elliot's on a Thursday. We had a cracking session this Thursday just gone. I think, what was it, nearly 2 hours that me and you were on screen. And obviously the people you had in your live as well, giving the banter, getting the banter back. It was really, really good. It was really, really good. So if you guys have got any comments, I don't know which way it is on your screen. It might even be down here on your screen. Fire them at me. Let's have them. Let's help everyone save a little bit of money. Bring a little bit of happiness back to this bullshit that is life at the moment and everything that's gone shit since COVID. It's none of it's our fault. It just seems to have hit us all at once. Superhero dad tonight. What I will say also on the tube of you is I do move on to TikTok as well. So if any of you guys want to move on to TikTok after this, I do have a couple of minutes on there. The comments are quicker on TikTok. I did say this to Elliot the other day. The comment on YouTube, the comment is, I think it's a 10-second delay. So it's 10 seconds to get to me and then 10 seconds for my response to get to you, which is pretty shit. I know. TikTok's instant. So if you guys want to join me over on TikTok, that's not a problem. We can do that. So I'm going to try and split it half and half. I'm going to do half on here, half on TikTok. So if you've not subscribed to me or followed me on TikTok, it's Tech Automotive, like everything. Come and have a watch. Come and join in on the banter and fun and all that. And I hope to see you over there. So see you in about 5 minutes, guys. So that's Tech Automotive on TikTok. See you soon.